All right, folks. I figured I'd make another video here. Problem I had, I've got this nice new setup with new turbo. Got everything ready to go. Got a triple disc clutch in it. Trying to fire it up, and it's idling real high. So trying to figure out what the issue is. And my air compressor took a dump on me. So it's like crap. What to do? Trying to figure out where my leak is coming from. Got him Ralph Lee on my Facebook page. He had recommended borrowing his smoke machine, and then I got on YouTube trying to figure out how they work because I'd never honestly used one. So so I'd seen a few of them with pretty cheap setups, so I just made myself one, and I guess it works out handy in case you don't have an air compressor and trying to find a leak. So anyway, all I did, I took a little mason jar, and actually this really didn't even cost me any money. My mom had the mason jar, had a couple of fittings laying around. I just drilled a hole, put these hoses on them. My stepdad had a spare soldering gun he wasn't using, and drilled some holes, put some glue on this, but it wasn't really holding, so I put some red high temp silicone on it. Seems to be holding pretty good. And I've just got a couple of socks in there and some mineral spirits, and I just plugged the soldering gun in, let it heat up, and when it's hitting the mineral spirits, or not mineral spirits, I'm sorry, mineral oil. Once it's hitting the mineral oil on the socks, it starts smoking it up pretty good. And I just got a little pump here on the other end, basically for airing up basketball, stuff like that, and I've just got it clamped down here. You can see where some smoke is already coming out. I actually found my leak already, and but I fixed it. I just want to come back and at least make the video. I had to actually clamp my rubber glove on here. I just clamped a rubber glove, put the rubber hose through there, and clamped it down, trying to keep any smoke from coming out. You really don't have to have a whole lot of pressure in it, and if you don't have an air compressor, and this does the job. I mean, you see already where I clamped it down, you can see a little bit of the smoke coming out. So if you got smoke in there, it'll actually find its way out. I'm trying to do this one-handed here. I'm going to see if I can use my hip to press it up against there, but you can see how it's I dropped it there, but you can see how it's going to kind of pressurize the system. Reason why I had to put some air or some hose clamps around the whole thing, try and air it up. And then basically all you're doing, you're pressurizing it with it doesn't even take a whole lot of pressure, just a bicycle pump. Most of my smoke's coming out right there, so you'll see it's easy to detect it. Apparently I had a hose that was up underneath here that was going to my boost gauge, and I disconnected it. I forgot to plug that hose off, so I took that out because the wire on my boost gauge broke on me. Decided to take that whole thing out of the system. I just forgot to plug the hose off, so I just replaced the whole hose with one going to the regulator. So it's one hose now. I don't have that T in there, but basically if you had any leaks, and you see how little pressure I've got on the system, that's just coming out of the hose. I probably need a better clamp or something, or clamp it in a better spot. But you can see how much smoke is just coming out of there with just that little bit. Now I had to put a little bit more mineral oil than it showed in some of the videos. I had to get it really soaking down good, because as soon as I'd pump it, it would pump out any little smoke I had. But you want to have the mineral oil in there, or baby oil, whatever you want to use. Keep from burning your socks all up. Now of course it'll probably have a burn mark from where the soldering gun is at, but you know, it does the job. But anyway, just one method of being able to check for any leaks, in case you're watching my page and you haven't already seen any videos about using a smoke machine. Figure I'd give the tip as well. I mean, it's already out there, but you may not be thinking about it unless you're watching my page. So main reason for doing it. But anyway, found my leak, did its job, and basically it's free of charge for me because I just had a bunch of spare stuff laying around, some spare hoses, mason jar, spare soldering gun, and air pump. So and a rubber hose. I just cut the end of the finger off and then just clamped it down there, so it gets the job done. So anyway, I hope this helps you guys out in case you haven't thought about it before. I just wanted to share one other little tidbit of information to help you guys out. So all right, y'all have a good one.